I posted this thread on Twitter and over 1,500 producers were equally as shocked as I was about FL Studio's stock delay. Today you'll learn how to get the most out of this delay for free, including how to get that classic Mike Dean, Travis Scott, ASTROWORLD effect. Straight up! It's easy as that. So the first knob that you need to know about is the delay time. So the delay time sets the time between each echo. By using tempo sync, it allows the echoes to keep time with the tempo of your beat. Keep pitch will allow the pitch to not change with those delay times, but if you automate the time and keep pitch is turned off, you get these really weird pitches and crazy textures just like this. The smoothing fader slows down the underlying time value and changes how fast the pitch changes. If you bring this to 100% and take a listen to that exact same example I just showed you, it almost makes it sound like it's a DJ scratch. The offset / panning knob allows you to create stereo delay effects. The delay model has 4 sections, which are mono, stereo, ping pong, and this means that the echoes will alternate between bouncing off the left and the right, so it kind of sounds like it's bouncing around your headset. And the off section, which means it turns off. The stereo knob adjusts the stereo spread of the delays. One of the most important delays ever was the roll-in space echo. It's the real secret behind that Travis Scott style delay. But it costs over $3,000. So if you want that classic ASTROWORLD delay for free, you need to take note of these settings. So your feedback determines how much echo you want, and this is really important to the effect. What you want to do is you want to right click and create automation for the feedback. The next thing that you want to automate is the wet and dry knob over here in the mixer rack. So right click, create automation. After that, we'll go back to the delay time and we'll actually turn this down to 2. If you're wondering where the settings are when you move them, you can actually see them in the left top corner. It's telling you exactly where they are. Next, you want to have them all increase sharply at the end of the bar. Then you want to use the automation to have them all cut off just as sharp. Easy as that. All right guys, if you made it this far, we have a special prize to give away to you. Our plugin Scorch has an amazing delay that was also built around the space echo, which you just heard about, and it makes creating those ASTROWORLD style delays effortless. And if you want to win a copy for free, all you need to do in the comment section below, type in the word ASTROWORLD. So type ASTROWORLD in the comment section below, and one lucky winner will win a free copy of Scorch 2 weeks from the day that we drop this video. So you have 2 weeks to get in there. Now let's get back into the delay. If the delay is causing your mix to sound a bit muddy, then you need to know these next knobs. The cutoff knob cuts off the frequency type. So there are 3 types of filters that you can use in this feedback section. We have LP for low pass, we have HP for high pass, we have BP for both pass, I think that's what it's called, and then we have our off. So just to give you guys a better understanding of exactly what those are doing, HP is high pass, so it means only the highs are passing. So you would have a filter that looks like this essentially. For the low pass, that would be the opposite of this, so the highs are getting removed and only the lows are passing. For both pass, you're getting something that kind of looks like this, where just in the center, depending on where you want it, you are just letting those frequencies get through. Resonance is a peak in boost around where the cutoff is. If you're turning up the resonance, you're turning up the cutoff, so it would actually look like something like this. It's going to make the sound a lot sharper. The tone knob shapes the tone of your delay. So fool around with those 3 knobs to help your delay cut through your mix. And actually, if you guys want, you can copy my favorite settings right here, which are, I always take my tone, I turn it up to about 50%. I like to take my cutoff and turn that down to about 2000. And then what I like to do is just make sure that I have the offset turned up to about 50% on my delay time. So this is basically allowing those delays to be stereo, and it's allowing them to be filtered with the tone and the cutoff, so it gives it a kind of muffled but high-end sound at the same time. The sample rate knob affects the frequency of the delay. The bits or bit step is the number of bits in the file used to represent the waveform amplitude. Very confusing, but definitely fool around with this, because if you want something to sound like this, this is the Mood pedal by Chase Bliss. You've probably seen a lot of your favorite producers using this. It's a delay pedal, and it has this really cool clock setting where you can actually create the same $500 pedal sound inside inside of FL Studio for free. So what you could do is you could play with your sample rate and your bits knob, make sure that your wet is turned all the way up, and you're gonna get this crunchy lo-fi sound of the delay. So as you just heard there, the lower the bits knob, the more grainy and crunchy the delay will sound. Next up is my favorite section. It is the modulation section, and it consists of 3 knobs. Number 1 is the rate. Now this modulates the cycle time. Number 2 is the time. This is the amount of modulation applied to the delay time. And number 3 is the cutoff, which allows you to set the amount of feedback cutoff in the modulation. But you really want to get to know to use these knobs because they can create some really cool effects outside of just delay. For instance, you can actually use this to create a wobbly vinyl effect. Check this out. And there you have it. Just by using the modulation, you now have a delay that sounds like a wobbly vinyl. If you want to use your delay as reverb, check this out. Diffusion allows for the echo to sound as if it were smeared, which can add a reverb type of effect to your delay. You can control how much smear you want by using the level knob and how much you want it to spread itself by using the spread knob. Feedback distortion allows for the delay echoes to be distorted with 2 options. Limit, which is limiting distortion, and saturation, which can be customized with the knee and symmetry tools. The level knob lets you decide when you want to start the limiting or saturation, and to me this knob actually gives me that Yeezus vibe. So why should you care if you're a producer? I personally believe that knowing all of these knobs is going to give you the upper hand and the advantage when you're in the studio. It's 100% gonna help you speed up your workflow, but more importantly, it's gonna help you create the exact sound that you have in your head by knowing which knob you need to turn. If you like today's video, please like and subscribe. My name is Jacob, aka my best friend Jacob. I'm here for Sauceware Audio. We have a ton of tutorials about stock FL Studio plugins, as well as a couple cool breakdowns of the new FL Studio dropping later this year. And again, if you saw what I was talking about in the middle of this video, make sure you comment ASTROWORLD below. Peace!